Hey guys, Retire on Dividends here. Back for another episode 4, How to Retire On, where we simply just take a high yield ETF and we calculate based on past performance how long it would take, for you to retire based on how much money you put in up front and how much money you put in each month. Obviously, past performance does not mean, that would be the future. Things could go worse, things can go better. So keep that in mind. This is just a hypothetical. This is just for fun and entertainment. So let's enjoy it. All right. So who the hell is QQQY, right? Some of you may be asking that. A lot of you obviously know who it is, and you may or may not invest in it. Or, maybe you invested it and you sold. But either way, QQQY is a Defiance ETF, very high yielding ETF. Currently, the website shows a distribution rate of 63%, which obviously that's massive. It is the first put-right ETF using daily options to seek an enhanced yield for investors. And they pay monthly. We love monthly. So basically, they sell puts on a daily basis. So, say it's Monday, they'll sell a put, at the end of day Monday. And then that put will expire the following day, okay? Because they'll already have a put, that expired the Monday that they did on the Friday, et cetera, and so forth. So, and that's what they do. Sometimes they use one strike price. I've seen a few times they use various, but either way, it doesn't matter. They sell puts slightly in the money, and they hope that the index, in this case, the NASDAQ 100, either moves up a little or stays flat. If it moves up a lot, obviously that's a good thing too, but we're capped, right? We're only getting the maximum gains is the premium we get from selling puts for each day. Now, if the NASDAQ 100 tanks, right, then they have to cash settle the difference. So keep that in mind. But yeah, and normally in a flat, slow market, these funds work out great. In a bull market, these work out great. In a very bearish market, not so much. Although keep in mind, when the NASDAQ 100 goes down, QQQY most likely will not go down as much because they're capturing premium on the way down. All right. Now that we understand the fund, let's just finish going through the website. Their net asset value of this fund is $252 million, and it's a pretty new fund. It launched September 13th of 2023, so that's pretty good. Their current price, the last closing price was $14.58. Shares outstanding 17.3 million. Trades on the Nasdaq and trades the Nasdaq. Their top holdings, pretty basic. If you look on the very, very bottom, we have the put, their current put as of today. Well, what is today? Today is June 7th. I'm probably going to launch this video at a later date, though. This particular put does expire today, June 7th, and it shows a strike price of $19,080 for the Nasdaq, and we'll see again. They'll capture the premium if all goes well. But either way, they're always cash settling to close out the position. And then they open the new position for the following day. Everything else in here is just cash. It's treasuries. It's tools that earn them interest, okay? Because they don't actually own any shares of anything, right? They're just selling puts and they have collateral. And the collateral is sitting in treasury bills. It's sitting in a money market fund. It's earning interest while it's sitting there. But it represents the collateral. All right. What else? Well, here's the list of the distributions, which we'll get into in a second on the spreadsheet. And that's basically it. Again, I don't want to cover too much on the fund. I do have a video on QQQY in my earlier, way back when they launched. So if I find it, I'll pin it to the top of this video in the comments. Okay. So anyway, how to retire on QQQY. All right, so far I did Roundhill, which is the first two, QDTE and XDTE, and then I did YMAX, and then I did Misty. So this is actually, did I say this is episode 4? This is technically, well, no, this is episode 4 because these two go, 1A and 1B essentially. So let's fix that here. There you go, 1-1. So yeah, episode 4 is QQQY. What is episode 5? Maybe Coney, maybe YMAG, maybe Feppy. I don't know. I'll let you guys leave some feedback in the comments, and I'll take the majority. All right, so let's scroll here. So first, QQQY, what price did they launch at? They launched at $20.14 on September 13th, 2023. As of today, well, today being the close of June 6th, the price of QQQY was $14.58. That is a capital depreciation of negative $5.56, or a loss of 27% in capital, 27.61%. Total distributions paid out to date, $7.75. So they paid out, 38%, you could say, from inception value. Total return, taking capital appreciation plus distributions, $2.19 per share. So if you take all things considered, total return is 10.87%. And keep in mind, this is not, assuming DRIP, right? Assuming dividend reinvestment. This is just assuming dividends as cash. All right, so average yield, how do I get that? Well, if I go to the QQQY distro tab, I have all the distributions from September all the way down to May. And you can see they paid $1.10, $1.93, 62, 85, kind of all over the place. But they are trending downwards, okay? But what is the yield at the time of declaration? It varies, 67%, lowest was 40%. But it's around 60, 50%. If I take the average of all of them, that's 59.34%. So I plug that in here, and that is the average yield. So that is typically what we can expect to be paid on an annualized basis. Capital appreciation, we just covered that. That's 27.61%. Now, let me do a different, different hypothetical, different person this time, not just me every time. So this person, let's just say he's 21 years old. His starting investment, he has $500. He's going to throw it in QQQY. Again, their starting yield is 59%. So his starting monthly income will be $24.73. His monthly investment, he said he's going to put in $500 per month. That comes to $6,000 annually. So that's pretty good. Again, for a 21-year-old, instead of buying beer, vodka, Red Bull vodka, whatever the hell, Mad Dog 2020, he's spending $500 a month on his investments. He's a good man. All right. Capital gains, it's negative 2.38% per month if you take the 27.61% and you divide that by 12. Okay. And their expense ratio, by the way, is 0.99%. So that's how I get the capital gains. I take annual capital gains, C17, minus the expense ratio, divided by 12. So this is approximately how much you would lose in capital per month on average. Tax rate, 25%. So let's go to the calculation tab and see how this works out. So let's just say the first month, the month of January, let's say they start in January 2025. They start with $500. That's a monthly income, again, of $24.73, annualized $296.72, okay? So if you head over to the following month, again, they're putting $500 per month. Their capital is now $1,006.63. How do you get that? You get the original $500 plus the monthly income you made, right? Minus capital appreciation, capital depreciation, which is obviously a negative $11.92, right? And then minus taxes, $618. So that is how you get $1,006.63. And then the next month is $1,519, and so on and so forth. And the key here is looking at the monthly income. How is that monthly income going up? After 1 year, if we get the January in there, after 1 year, he'll be starting at $24.73, and then the January of the following year, he'll be making $348.31 per month. Again, he'll be 22, and then the next January, where is it at? There we go. $727.30. 23 years old. He's making $727.30 a month. Again, this is assuming he's putting all of the distribution right back into the fund. So that's, this is how the calculation tab works. I'm not going to, harp on this. Again, someone in a previous video said I screwed this up. I asked around. Everyone said it looks good. So if you see something wrong with this, and I will share this in my Discord in the spreadsheets channel, if you see something wrong with this calculation, please feel free to tell me. All right, so let's look at how it breaks out year over year. So year one, we talked about, okay, they make $296 a year. Okay, that's $24.73 a month. After year five, by year five, I'm showing based on historical data, they could make $20,293. That's $1,691 per month. That's pretty good. 26 years old, bam, right? I got the age down here. Oh, 25, whatever. Should probably be 26. Year 10, $71,677 annualized income after year 10. $5,973 in monthly income. So again, 31 years old, making that type of money by simply putting in the original 500 plus 500 a month. Now, if we look at year 15, this is, we're talking serious money here, $184,000 a year. And then year 20, $434,000 in annualized income, okay? And this is even, averaging out that we're going to lose 27.61% in capital gains. Keep in mind, guys, we do not have a full year to look at. So I'm just using, how much it's made so far, right? So the annualized capital loss is based on from September to June. I could redo this from September to September when we have enough data, and I will, and we'll see what it looks like. Obviously, the capital will probably go down a little more. That's understood. But at the same time, the distributions will go up. So, plus or minus. So again, that's how much, if you're 21 years old, by 41, you'll be making $434,000 a year, $36,000 a month, $8,300 a week, or $1,100 a day, right? Yeah, that's the daily income. So that's absolutely amazing. I mean, that's pretty damn good money. Now, what if you're 30 years old, right? You're 30 years old, you got a little more money. So you can put in your starting investment, you could do about 1,000, right? Yeah, and then, you know what? You're 30, you could probably do like 5 G's. You're a good man. You've been saving up. And now if we look at annual, how much can you put in? Well, let's say you could do 1,000 a month, which is like about 12,000 annual. Okay. So again, the stats are you're 30 years old, you starting investment, you throw in $5,000 in QQQY, and then you put in 1,000 a month. Okay. So year one, right off the bat, you're making annualized income of $2,900. Okay. Year 5, $45,000. Year 10, $153,000. And year 15, $391,000. And then year 20, look at this, almost $1 million. The numbers really, truly are amazing to look at when you look at it like this. Again, this is assuming 100% reinvestment. At some point, you're going to want to take your money, of course. But if you're 30 years old, right, within that time frame, I mean, why is this? I got to do that. It's taken from the calculation. All right, so whatever, 30. I got to fix where it's pulling from. But either way, you'll be what? Year 20, you'll be 50, right? So 50 years old, making almost $1 million. So at that point, you'll be like, all right, I'm taking the income. I'm going to enjoy my life. But keep in mind that income will go down. Once you stop reinvesting, that income will go down because obviously the capital will go down. And when capital goes down, they have less money to sell puts on. With less money to sell puts on equals less premium. And with less premium equals less distribution per share. There is a percentage, however, that I calculated that is a good number that you should always reinvest. And I know I didn't plan on covering this, but I did just add this to my Defiance spreadsheet. And if I look at QQQY, I am showing basically the amount you should reinvest to always stay whole is 75%, okay? So that means you'd have to be able to live off 25% if you want consistent income, okay? So 25%, right, of 916,000, what is that, like 250 or so, right? 225, around there. So, I mean, again, that's still good money. But again, you don't have to do that, right? That's just how it's calculated so far. So you always have to keep that in mind. These funds, a lot of people hate these funds, and I get it, right? I get it. They see the capital go down, they say the funds are garbage, and they don't give it a second look. I mean, is that fair? Everyone can do what they want, man. I think it's fair that I think people should try to understand, like, what is the purpose of this fund? Instead of saying this is trash, how about you sit back and say, what is the purpose of this fund? Obviously, there's a use case. Obviously, there's a reason that the fund is this large, so it must do something right. But anyway, I don't know. It's QQQY. It's the largest fund from Defiance so far of the high yield funds, and it's done very well. So anyway, this is just a hypothetical based on historical data, which does not mean we'll replicate in the future. And again, it's just a series of how to retire on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I just showed you, some basic data, but I will share the spreadsheet in my Discord under the spreadsheets channel. So feel free to take that and do what you want with it. Plug it in, use it for whatever you choose. I really don't care. But I hope you enjoy it. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to hit the like button or thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. It does help the channel greatly. What else helps the channel? Well, sharing it with friends. If you want to share this with a friend who doesn't believe you that these funds are worth a damn, send them this calculator and then see what they think. Or send them the video, see what they think. And then they'll be like, who the hell is this guy recording on a phone? Like, what is this? What are you listening to? This is not quality data. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below or feel free to join the Discord and ask it in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But as always, not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, I'll try again on the next series. But again, leave on the comments below which fund you want me to cover next. I'm guessing it's Coney, YMAG, FEPI, and VIDI, one of those. But if it's something that's not on this list, let me know. And then we'll go from there. Sound good? All right, guys. Again, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Later.